Welcome to an overview discussion and demonstration of the Fixed Assets functionality from IQMS. The Fixed Assets module provides organizations the ability to quickly and efficiently depreciate assets and manage multiple tax books for reporting. There are a couple of ways to speed up the data entry process of adding assets to the system. The user can clone from an existing asset or import hundreds of assets with their beginning balances from a legacy system using a built-in tool to accomplish this task in a matter of minutes. Multiple depreciation books can be attached to each asset to manage unique depreciation methods, which are required for financial depreciation and tax reporting. Multiple assets depreciation can be calculated and posted at one time for each period. Linking assets to the production systems allows for seamless transfers of data used in the production depreciation method. Assets can be easily retired or transferred from one company location to another. Historical buying and maintenance source documents, such as purchase orders and accounts payable invoices, may easily be linked and accessed from each asset. Finally, the system provides standard functionality like custom data fields and the ability to link external documents, as well as creating documents within the system itself. Let's take a look at how to create, manage, and depreciate assets within the system. Fixed Assets is accessible from the Asset Management tab. These 7 icons on the left directly relate to fixed assets depreciation. Those on the right are used to access the Maintenance, Repair, and Overhaul module, also known as MRO, as well as the Project Manager module. We will talk about the relationship between these modules and fixed assets later in this video. Within Fixed Assets Maintenance, assets can be created, cloned, depreciated, and reported. Upon entering into this screen, users are presented with a pick list of existing assets. Users can search and select an existing asset to view and manage the asset, or select New from the pick list to create a new asset. For this example, we will select an existing asset. There are 3 ways to create an asset. First, assets can be created new from this screen, or the pick list, by either selecting the plus icon here or the New button we saw from within the pick list window. An asset can also be cloned using the menu option called Clone Fixed Asset. Lastly, there is an option on the launcher bar where a user can import assets from a legacy system or by using an export of records located in MRO or Project Manager if current data exists in those modules. When creating a new asset, a user must fill out the minimum required fields for depreciation, such as the asset number, description, in-service date, salvage value, useful life, and acquisition cost. On the right, we can see Depreciation Account, which represents the asset contra account, and the expense account for the depreciation expense. If depreciating using the units of production method, users will want to link the asset to the MRO module using the equipment number field where a record from that module can be linked to the asset. The asset and gain-loss accounts are only used when the asset is disposed of, which is done from the Retire and Transfer tab. We will visit that area of the software in just a moment. On the Books tab, multiple books may be created for each asset to allow unique depreciation methods for financial versus tax reporting. Templates should be created for each book to process depreciation for multiple assets at one time. Templates can be created from within the Fixed Assets Book Templates module here. Once the templates are defined, users can use the icon labeled Assign from Template to link the template to the asset. Details can be overridden on each individual asset, such as property and asset class and posting basis. We have defined templates for a financial book type as well as a tax type. Only one financial book may be assigned to each asset. It will allow posting of depreciation to the general ledger. The tax book type is strictly for generating depreciation values for tax reports. The history of depreciation may also be accessed from the Books tab by selecting the Show Posting History icon. This screen allows the depreciation calculated for the selected asset and book. The green color coding indicates that this record was posted to the general ledger. If the depreciation has not yet been posted, then the amount, date, and GL period may be modified within this screen. The beginning balance of the depreciated asset can also be inserted or modified in this screen as well. As a side note, the beginning balance entry will never be posted to the general ledger. A full history of all assets and their depreciation can be accessed by opening the Review Depreciation History for All Assets and Books module. Unposted amounts may be deleted from this screen. Focusing on the financial book for this asset, I have populated the minimum required fields for the straight-line depreciation method using a template. These fields include the description, the type, designated as financial so that it will be posted to the GL, the depreciation method, the posting basis, and the depreciation procedure. The procedure is auto-populated based on the depreciation method, but may be replaced if an alternative calculation is desired. The fields shown here are automatically populated and updated by the system based on setup values and the depreciation calculations. The accumulated depreciation is updated each time an asset's depreciation is calculated. The book value represents the current value of the asset when reducing the acquisition cost by the total calculated depreciation. Once a financial book is defined for an asset and required fields are populated, the asset's depreciation can be calculated from the book screen using the Calculate Selected Books icon, or if a template is defined for a book, then multiple assets may be depreciated at one time. To calculate multiple assets, select the calculator at the top of the screen, then multi-select assets in the lower grid using the selection icons or corresponding keyboard mouse functions to select the assets that require calculating. Once records are selected, choose the icon in the lower grid called Calculate Depreciation for Selected Book. The user would then select the book to use for depreciation, then finally select the date to define the period. This may be backdated to land in an earlier time period. In order to review and post records to the GL, a user would open the Post Fixed Assets to the General Ledger module. The system will automatically show calculations for the current period at the top of the window. To select a different period, a user can select this icon here. The recalculated depreciation for each asset may be reviewed in the grid below, or the user can open Reports and select a pre-post batch report to view or print. In order for a user to post the record to the general ledger, they would first select all the desired line items and select the Post to the GL icon here. The system then allows the user to backdate the posting or leave it set to the current date. After the transaction is posted, the user will have the opportunity to print the batch report. Depreciation has now been calculated and posted to the GL for multiple assets. Let's now look at a few other features available from the Asset Maintenance view. Under the History tab, users can view accounts payable invoice details with a reference to its corresponding purchase order. Users can also right-click to access these source documents from the asset. The Retire Transfer tab is used to dispose of the asset. It can be sold, traded in, transferred to another company location, or abandoned. If the asset is sold, the sale price can be entered here. GL transactions can be automatically generated for the disposal of the asset, and GL accounts and amounts may be modified from this screen prior to posting to the GL. When the user is ready to post the changes, they can select Post here. Last, the system provides many elements which are common throughout IQMS modules, those being user fields, user-defined fields, and attached documents. User fields and user-defined fields allow the user to tailor the data captured about the asset to their company's needs. Any modified user field will be available for search within the pick list, as well as referenced when reports are generated. We see an example of a customized field with Useful Life UOM. The Documents tab allows the creation of internal documents and attaching of external documents, as we see here with this PDF file. This feature integrates with our Document Control module so that users can attach documents from both secure and insecure libraries. This concludes our demonstration of the fixed assets features and functionality from IQMS. As we have seen, these tools provide the most integrated and seamless way for finance to manage and depreciate assets. Thank you for taking the time to watch this video of the Fixed Assets module from IQMS. If you would like more information on the products and services from IQMS, please visit IQMS.com.